to Cincinnati's brand new Riverfront Stadium. We're here for the 1970 All-Star Game. Starting pitchers tonight will be Tom Seaver of the Mets for the National League and Jim Palmer of the Orioles for the American League. I'll be playing this game under my usual All-Star Game format. I play as the American League, but I follow along the game inning by inning with the play-by-play of the real game, and I will make substitutions for the National League as needed. I also use the players' use rules that were in effect at the time. Pitchers can pitch a maximum of 3 innings unless the game goes into extra innings. Then the pitchers are not limited to the amount of innings they can pitch. And unless there's been an injury, the All-Star Game starters are expected to play at least 5 innings. Right now, we have the American League has a 4-game winning streak in the All-Star Game. The last time the National League has won the All-Star Game was 1965 when they were managed by Walter Alston, who will be managing them tonight. We had President Nixon on hand to throw out the first pitch. This will be the first night All-Star Game since World War II. Last year, the All-Star Game in Washington was scheduled to be a night game, but there was a terrible rainstorm, and the game was postponed until the next day when it started at noon. And the president wasn't able to be there because he was on a flight to California to be on hand to welcome the astronauts back who had just returned from the moon. All right, we're ready to start. The National Leaguers have taken the field. And in the field, they have Jim Hickman from the Cubs at first, Felix Millan from the Braves at second, Bud Harrelson from the Mets at short, Tony Perez of the Reds at third, Rico Cardi of the Braves in left, Willie Mays of the Giants in center, Pete Rose of the Reds in right field, Johnny Bench of the Reds catching, Tom Seaver of the Mets on the mound. He started the All-Star Game for the National League last year as well. Reds have 3 starters who were voted by the fans, and they was also a 4th. Bob Tolan was also voted as a starter, but he is out due to injury, and he is replaced in the starting lineup by Willie Mays. This year, every team has been represented in the All-Star Game except for the Montreal Expos. And there was a little bit of grumbling up there that their rookie pitcher, Carl Morton, deserved a shot on the team. Right now, it's a warm night. It's 81 degrees. We have soft winds blowing out to right field, and there is a 45% chance of rain. Last year's All-Star Game, Seaver got the start. He pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3. Leading off is Louis Aparicio from the White Sox. Aparicio was the Rookie of the Year in 1956. This is his 9th All-Star game. He was in the All-Star game every year from 1958 to 1961. Then made the team again in 1968 and here again in 1970. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. Ball 2. He hits a liner right back to the mound, and Seaver brings it in. 1 out. Here's Don Buford of the Orioles. He was the leading vote getter among the fans. This is his second All-Star game. He appeared in the game in 1965, the last year that the National League won the game. High and tight, ball 1. Ball 2, high and outside. Seaver is having a little trouble with his control right off the bat. Strike 1, caught the corner. Looking at this Riverfront Stadium, there's a lot more outfield territory for them to cover than there had been at Crosley Field. 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Here's Harmon Killebrew, third baseman for the Minnesota Twins. This is his 12th All-Star game. He's a lifetime batting average in the All-Star game of .458. He's 11 for 24. 4 doubles and a home run. Strike 1 called. Hit the corner, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That's down ball, ball 1. It's a liner down the third base line, but that is foul. It's fly ball in the right center. Willie Mays drifting over. He's got it. 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. American League, nothing. National League, coming to bat. The American League on defense will line up with Boog Powell of the Orioles at first. Mike Andrews of the Red Sox at second. Luis Aparicio of the White Sox at short. Harmon Killebrew of the Twins at third. Don Buford of the Orioles in left. Reggie Smith of the Red Sox in center. Tony Oliva of the Twins in right. Ray Fosse of the Indians catching. And Jim Palmer of the Orioles on the mound. This is Jim Palmer's first appearance in the All-Star game. Pete Rose leads off. This is Rose's 4th appearance in the All-Star game. He has a lifetime All-Star game batting average of .556. He's 5 for 9 in All-Star game competition in the 3 games he played in, with 1 double and 1 home run. He is Cincinnati born and bred. Low, ball 1. Fly ball down the right field line into the stands. One other rule I should probably mention, I do not use the bullpen warm-up rule in the All-Star game, just like I don't use it in the World Series, and I didn't use it in the League Championship Series last year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2. It's a grounder right to the mound. Palmer has it. Over to Powell. 1 out. Here's Felix Millan of the Atlanta Braves. This is his second All-Star game. He was in the All-Star game last year as well. Ball 1. At the knee, strike 1. Outside, ball 2. That's ball 3. 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a base hit into left field. Buford's up with it. Throws it in, and Millan has the first hit of the game. Here's Tony Perez of the Cincinnati Reds. This is his third All-Star game. In All-Star competition, he is 0 for 5. Palmer checks on Millan. Inside, ball 1. There's a pickoff to prove the first. Way inside, ball 2. He fouls it back. Strike 1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fly ball down the left field line. Buford's after it, but it goes foul. Curveball caught the corner. And Perez is called out on strikes. 2 outs. Here's Rico Cardi of the Braves. He had 1 at bat in the 1966 All-Star game. But what a story. He missed the entire 1968 season due to tuberculosis. He came back last year, and this year he seems to be fully recovered. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 1. Low and outside, ball 2. Too low, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's a little bouncer down the line. Powell has it. He flips it over to Palmer, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We have played 1 in the 1970 All-Star game. No score. The American League will have Boog Powell, Tony Oliva, and Reggie Smith in the second. Boog Powell, he was the American League MVP and American League Championship MVP of 1969. This is his 5th All-Star game. In All-Star competition, he is 4 for 11 with a 364 batting average. That hit the corner, strike one. Seaver hit the corner again, strike two. Ball one. It's fly ball right field. That's going deep, deep. That's off the wall. Rose has it. Throws it in. And Powell is limping. Looks like they're going to have to take Powell out of the game. And coming in to run for Boog Powell will be Carl Yastrzemski of the Boston Red Sox. Here is Tony Oliva. Oliva had the distinction in 1964 of being both the MVP and Rookie of the Year. The only other player to have been the MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year was Tommy Tresh in 1962. This is Oliva's 5th All-Star game. He has a lifetime batting average of .385 in All-Star competition. Checks his swing, ball one. Fouled on the first base line. It's fly ball to center. Mays there, and he's got it. 1 out. And Yastrzemski will hold. Even at his advanced age of 39, Mays still has a pretty good arm out there in center field. Here's Reggie Smith of the Red Sox. This is his 2nd All-Star appearance. He played in the 1968 game. His teammate Yastrzemski's on second. Ball one. Strike one at the knees. Fly ball to center. Mays drifting back, and he's got it. And Yastrzemski will hold. Here's Ray Fosse of the Indians making his 1st All-Star game appearance. He had a 25-game hitting streak early in the season. And he is really lighting it up for Cleveland. Foul tips it back. Fouls it back. Strike two. Mike Andrews of the Red Sox is on deck. Ball one. Ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike three. Swing and a miss from Fosse. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. In the All-Star game, no score. Carl Yastrzemski comes in to be the new third baseman. For the National League, in the bottom of the second will be Johnny Bench, Willie Mays, and Jim Hickman. Here's Johnny Bench. He was the Rookie of the Year in 1968. And this is his third All-Star game. He's a rookie phenom who has been the real deal. Inside, ball one. It's a high fly ball to center field. Reggie Smith backing up, and he's got it. One out. Here is Willie Mays. Five-time MVP in the National League. This is his 18th All-Star game. This will tie him with Stan Musial for most All-Star game appearances. He is 15 for 48 in All-Star play. That's a batting average of .313. He has 5 doubles, 1 home run, 11 runs batted in. He has 8 walks, which is he's the all-time All-Star game leader in walks. He has played, let's see, since coming back from the Army in 1954, he has been in every All-Star game except for 1964 and 1965. He hits a base hit into center field. That is his 16th hit in All-Star game play. Here's Jim Hickman of the Cubs. Making his first All-Star game appearance. Ball one. Ball two. Strike one called. Ball three. Ball four. First walk of the game given up by Jim Palmer. Here's Bud Harrelson of the Mets. This is his second All-Star game. He appeared in 1967. Have one out, runners on first and second. Strike one. That's a ball. Ball one. Strike two called. Ball three. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a grounder to Yastrzemski. To Aparicio. Back to first. Double play. 3-6-3 double play. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. And they left 1. After 2, no score. All right, let's in the top of the third for the American League, it will be Mike Andrews, Jim Palmer, and Luis Aparicio. Here's Mike Andrews. from the Boston Red Sox. His second All-Star game appearance. He appeared in last year's game as well. It's inside, ball one. Too low, ball two. Just high, ball three. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That caught the corner. Strike one. Strike two. Ball four. It's first walk of the game given up by Seaver. Here is Jim Palmer making his first All-Star game at bat. Seaver actually started the game on short rest, and Walter Alston wasn't sure about using him. So he asked, talked to Gil Hodges about it, talked to Gil Hodges, Seaver's manager, and Seaver, and they both assured Alston that Seaver would have no problem making a short start today. Here's the first pitch to Palmer. Infield's in at the corners. Palmer squares the bunt. Strike one. He fouls it back. Strike two. It's the 0-2 pitch. Palmer hits a fly ball out to center field. Mays has it. Mays has been busy out there. That's his fourth put out of the game. He has 4 putouts. Johnny Bench has 2, and Tom Seaver has 1. Here's Louis Aparicio. He lined to the pitcher in the first inning. Checks his swing. Strike one. That's a ball. Ball one. It's fly ball to left. Cardi going back after it. It is off the wall. Andrews rounds third. He'll score. Aparicio's in with a stand-up double. And the American League takes a 1-0 lead. Here's Don Buford, 0 for 1 today. He struck out. It's fly ball to left. Cardi is there. And he's got it. 2 outs. Aparicio takes third. So we have 2 outs. Runner on third. And Harmon Killebrew, who's 0 for 1 today, he flied to shallow right center. Killebrew is talking to us today, talking about he's real tired right now. He's here for the game, but he doesn't expect to play the full 9 innings. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Aparicio on third. It's fly ball to right. Rose going back, and he's got it. 3 outs. One run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. The American League 1, the National League nothing. All right. And I will be making a National League move. Pinch hitting for Tom Seaver. Will be Clarence Gaston of the San Diego Padres. Making his first All-Star Game appearance. Truthfully, I never heard Gaston referred to as Cito before he became the manager of the Blue Jays. In the dirt, ball one. Hits a liner in the left field. That's a base hit. Buford tosses it back in. Here's Reds Cincinnati favorite, Pete Rose. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. It's a bouncer to second. Andrews to Aparicio to Yastrzemski. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs. And here's Felix Millan. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first with the first hit of the game. Ball one. That was high. Strike one. It's a bouncer to short. Aparicio up with it. Throw to first. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. No one left. We played 3. It's the American League 1, the National League nothing. Coming in a pitch for the National League is Pat Jarvis of the Atlanta Braves. He's making his All-Star Game debut. Here's Carl Yastrzemski. His first time at bat. He came in to replace the injured Boo Powell. This is Yaz's 7th All-Star Game. He has a lifetime batting average of .313 in the All-Star Game. That's a ball. Ball one. It's fly ball to right. Pete Rose is there, and he's got it. 1 out. And here's Tony Oliva. 0 for 1. He flied out to deep right. Way inside. Ball one. That caught the corner. Strike one. Strike two called. It's a liner in the right. Rose is right there. He makes the catch. 2 outs. And here's Reggie Smith. He's 0 for 1. He flied to deep left center. He fouls it back. Strike one. Ball one. Inside. Ball two. It's fly ball to right. Rose is there, and he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for the National League. We go to the bottom of the 4th. AL 1, National League nothing. Coming in a pitch for the American League is Rudy May from the California Angels. Making his All-Star game debut. I believe in real life that Rudy May recently died. Typically, when I'm playing a season and I see that a player has passed away, that they usually have some strong outings for me for whatever reason. For the National League, it'll be Perez, Cardi, and bench. Perez, he's 0 for 1. He struck out. Ball 1. Rudy May, he's a fastball pitcher. Strike 1. That caught the corner. Strike 2. Just outside. Ball 2. Pops it all. Over to first. Yastrzemski's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Rico Cardi, the big man. Spoiler alert, future member of the Cleveland Indians. He's 0 for 1. He grounded the first last time up. That hit the black. Strike 1. It's base hit in the left field. Buford up with it. Throws it back in. And here's Johnny Bench. He flied to deep left center last time up. The infielders are already finding that playing ball on a field like this, unlike at the Astrodome, that has the fully dirt infield, this stadium, and apparently the new ballpark in Pittsburgh that will open on Thursday, only has dirt around the bases, and the ball moves really quick on a hard bouncer or a hard grounder. So the infielders can afford to play back a little bit farther. This is July 14th, 1970, and Riverfront Stadium opened on June 30th. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2. Curveball, ball 2. Fly ball to left. Buford going back at the wall, and it's gone. Home run. Johnny Bench with a 2-run homer, and the fans are going crazy in Cincinnati. And the National League takes a 2-1 lead. Here is Willie Mays, who's 1 for 1. He singled last time up. Ball 1. Strike 1 called. Willie Mays, he had an injury-plagued year reportedly. He was never on the disabled list. But he didn't play very much in 1969. Apparently, he was at odds with Giants manager Clyde King. And there were some whispers. They came up at the same time as Mickey Mantle. Mantle retired after the 68 season. And there were some whispers. Is Willie next? Should Willie retire too? And he's having an excellent comeback season this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, base hit in a left field. Buford throws it back in. Here's Jim Hickman. He walked his last time up. Fouls it back, strike one. Ball one. Ball two. It's fly ball to left. Buford's there. And he's got it. 2 outs. And here's Bud Harrelson, who's 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play last time up. It's base hit into right field. Mays going for third. And Oliva will throw into the cutoff man. And making another move for the let's see. Pinch hitting for the National League. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Roberto Clemente. This is Clemente's 8th All-Star game. He is 1 for 12 in All-Star game play with a double. That was back in his first All-Star game in 1960. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's fly ball to center. Reggie Smith is there, and he's got it. But the National League gets 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They leave 2. We go to the 5th inning. It is the National League 2, the American League 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Dick Selma from the Phillies is coming in to pitch. This is his first All-Star game appearance. And Billy Williams of the Cubs has replaced Rico Cardi in left field. It'll be Fossey, Andrews, and a pinch hitter for the American League. Ray Fossey's 0 for 1. Struck out in the second. That hit the corner, strike one. Ball one. It's a grounder to short. Harrelson dives. What a throw. What a play by Bud Harrelson to get Fossey at first. Here's Mike Andrews. He walked in the 3rd inning. He scored the American League's only run. It's a liner down the left field line. That's foul. Ball one. Strike one. That was a swing and a miss. Fouls it back. Strike two. Ball 2. Foul tip. Count remains at 2-2. It's grounder up the middle. Mian to his right. Has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. And pinch hitting for Rudy May will be Amos Otis. From the Kansas City Royals, making his first All-Star Game appearance. Otis did spend a short time in the National League as a member of the Mets. 2 outs. He looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fly ball down the left field line. That is foul. Count remains 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Another liner down the left field line, foul. 2-2 pitch. Just off the grounds. Ball 3. It's bounced to Perez. Oh, Perez boots it. And Otis is on first with a stolen, or on the error by Tony Perez. Here's Louis Aparicio, 1 for 2. He lined to the pitcher and doubled down the left field line, driving in Mike Andrews in the 3rd inning. There goes Otis. Aparicio hits a grounder to second. Mian to first. 3 outs. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The National League leads 2-1. And we have some changes to the American League lineup. New pitcher is Sam McDowell from the Indians. Sudden Sam was the Cy Young Award winner in 1965. And this is his 2nd All-Star game. He pitched it in the night. He pitched 1 inning last year. Gave up 1 hit, struck out 1. And we also have Tommy Harper of the Brewers taking over for Harmon Killebrew. And Frank Robinson of the Orioles taking over for Tony Oliva. See if there's any pinch hitting going on. No, it should be the pitcher. All right. Here's Pete Rose, who's 0 for 2 today. Grounded to the pitcher and hit into a double play. It's a bouncer to first. Yastrzemski, he'll take it himself. 1 out. And here's Felix Mian. 1 for 2. He singled in the first. Had the first hit up for the National Leaguers. At the knees, strike one. Ball one. Swung at a bad pitch there, strike two. Fly ball center. To Reggie Smith, and he's got it. 2 outs. Sam McDowell, he ran into a little bit of tough luck early in July. Lost 3 in a row. Finally got back on the winning track. He is the American League leader in wins and strikeouts. And right now, he's looks like the favorite to get the Cy Young Award. Here is Tony Perez, who was 0 for 2. He struck out and he popped the first. Inside, ball one. Called, strike one. Ball two. Base hit in the left field. Buford up with it. And here's Billy Williams making his first at bat. Billy Williams has played in 3 All-Star games previously. He has an All-Star game batting average of .625. He was in the All-Star game in 1961, 1964, 1967. And now 1970, he is in the All-Star game every 3 years. The changeup. It's a grounder to the mound. McDowell to first. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We have played 5 here in Cincinnati. And we got a heck of a game going here. The National League 2, the American League 1. We go to the top of the 6th, and we have some more substitutions for the National League. Tony Perez moves to first. Dennis Menke of the Houston Astros will take over at third. And Jimmy Wynn comes into place center field, replacing Willie Mays. For the American League, it will be Don Buford, Tommy Harper, and Carl Yastrzemski. Buford is 0 for 2. He struck out and he flied to deep left. That's inside, ball one. It's a liner down the first base line. That's foul. He hits a base hit up the middle. Wynn tosses it back in. Here is Tommy Harper making his first at bat. He's making his All-Star game debut with the Milwaukee Brewers. He ran wild with the stolen bases last year as a member of the Seattle Pilots. Joe Schultz let him run at will. Throw to first. Buford's back. Strike one. Ball one. Pop up. Minky's after it, but it makes the seats. Inside, ball two. Inside and at the dirt, or in the dirt. Ball three, full count. It's fly ball to left. Billy Williams after it, at the wall, and he's got it. Crosley Field, that may have gone out or possibly hit the high wall and scoreboard. Here's Carl Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 1. He flied to deep right center. Strike two. It's grounder to second. Throw to first. Throw to short to first. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. No runs. No hit. No runs. One hit. No errors. No one left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. National League 2. American League 1. For the National League, it will be Johnny Bench, Jim Wynn, and Dennis Menke. Bench is 1 for 2 today. He hit a home run in the fourth inning. High and outside, ball one. It's grounded to short. Aparicio up with it. That's 2 out, or 1 out. Oh. Here's Jim Wynn making his first at bat. This is Wynn's second All-Star game. He was 0 for 3 last year. It's grounder to short. Aparicio up with it. The first, 2 outs. And here's Dennis Menke with his first at bat. This is Menke's fourth All-Star game. He is hitless in 5 at-bats. He played in the 1963, 1964, and 1968 All-Star games. Ball one. Ball two. It's base hit in right field. Frank Robinson tosses that back in. And here's Bud Harrelson. He is 1 for 2. He grounded into a double play and singled. Swing and a miss. Strike one. In the dirt. Ball one. It's a liner down the right field line, but that's foul. Called strike three. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 6. in Cincinnati. The National League leads the American League 2-1. And we go to the top of the sixth. Two more substitutions for the National League. Dick Dietz of the San Francisco Giants is now catching. And Joe Morgan of the Houston Astros is coming to play second base. This will be Dick Selma's last inning. Two innings, giving up one hit. Pitched a strong game. All the pitchers today have pitched a strong game. And for the American League, it will be Frank Robinson, Reggie Smith, and Ray Fosse. Here is Frank Robinson. He's getting a nice hand from the Reds fans. He was the MVP in 1965 and 1966, and the Rookie of the Year in 1956 when he played for Cincinnati. He was also the All-Star Game MVP in 1968. He has played in 14 All-Star games. 11 of those with the National League and 3 with the American League. He has a lifetime All-Star Game batting average of .405, 17 hits for 42 at-bats, 3 doubles and 3 home runs. And once again, my favorite spoiler alert, he is a future member of the Cleveland Indians. Ale down by 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's a base hit in the left field. Billy Williams tosses that back in. Here's Reggie Smith, who's 0 for 2 today. Inside, ball 1. Smith hit a couple of deep fly balls, one to left center and one down the right field line. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 2. Way off the plate, ball 3. Ball 4. Here comes Walter Alston. It looks like they're going to make a pitching change. And coming into pitch will be Bob Gibson of the St. Louis Cardinals. Bob Gibson, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 1962, 1968, and 1969. This will be his 6th All-Star Game appearance. He has no All-Star Game record and an ERA of 2.57. He has 7 innings pitched in the All-Star Game. Nope, nobody out. 2 men on. And here's Ray Fosse, who's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fosse struck out and grounded out. Checks his swing, strike 1. Ball 1. Fosse hits a base hit in the left field. Williams up with it. And Frank Robinson stops at third. We've got the bases loaded. No one out. And pinch hitting for Mike Andrews. It'll be Frank Howard. Frank Howard was the American League MVP in 1968. He's appeared in 5 All-Star games. He's 3 for 14. And he's looking for his first extra base hit. What a jam for Gibson. Howard fouls it back. Strike one. Bases loaded. No one out. Swing and a miss. Strike two. That was high. Ball one. Fouls it back. Ted Williams has done a lot of work with Frank Howard on shortening his strike zone. And Howard is taken to very well to Ted Williams' tutoring. The 1-2 pitch. Fouls it back. Off the plate. Ball 2. It's a base hit into left center. Win up with it. Robinson scores. Smith is around third. He'll score. Fosse stops at third in the American League. Take a 3-2 lead. And pitch hitting for Sam McDowell will be Willie Horton from the Detroit Tigers. Horton was 1 for 1 in the 1966 All-Star game. Nobody out. Runners on first and third. Horton fouls it back. Strike one. High. Ball one. It's a slow roller down to first. Perez up with it. Fosse breaks for the plate. The throw to Harrelson is short. And the throw to first, not in time. The American League increases their lead to 4-2. And the National League gets their first out of the inning as Horton grounds into a fielder's choice. Here's Louis Aparicio. He's 1 for 3 with a double in the third. Drove in the AL's first run. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Strike three called. And here's Don Buford. He's 1 for 3. Strikeout, a flyout, and a single. It's fly ball to center. Jim Wynn is under it, and he's got it. But it was a big inning for the American League. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The American League has regained the lead, 4-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Willie Horton stays in the game playing left field. Dick McAuliffe takes over at second base. both from the Tigers. And coming in a pitch is Clyde Wright from the Angels. Wright will be in the second position in the batting order. Clyde Wright making his All-Star Game debut. For the National League, leading off will be pinch hitter, one of the all-time greats from the Atlanta Braves, Henry Aaron. Aaron was named co-MVP in 1968 with Willie Mays. He has played in 12 All-Star games, and he has a lifetime batting average in the All-Star game of 179. He is 5 for 28 with 1 home run. All right, and Clyde Wright will take the signal from Fosse. Outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Wright is a fastball pitcher, but not as fast as guys like Sam McDowell and Bob Gibson. Aaron's a base hit up the middle. That caught Clyde Wright on the leg and eluded Louis Aparicio. They're taking a look at Wright, and he is okay. Let's check the box score real quick. Pete Rose is 0 for 3 today. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He missed that one high. Ball 1. There goes Aaron. Rose hits a grounder to first. Yastrzemski's up with it, and he'll take it himself. 1 out as Hank Aaron takes second on the hit and run. Here's Joe Morgan. He was the Rookie of the Year in 1965 and was 1 for 1 in that All-Star game. Low, ball 1. Ball 2. Morgan, it's a base hit in the right field. Robinson's up with it. Aaron rounds third. He'll hold. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Here's Tony Perez, who was 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Strike 1 called. Looks at strike 2. Fastball outside. Ball 1. Ball 2. Hits a fly ball to left. Horton drifting back. It is gone. Home run for Tony Perez. He's the second member of the Reds to hit a home run. That was a 3-run homer, and the National League is back on top, 5-4. The Reds fans are going crazy. The Reds are leading this game. Bench with a 2-run home run, and now Tony Perez with a 3-run home run. And here's Billy Williams, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher. There's action in the American League bullpen. Strike 2 called. Hits a bouncer to second. McAuliffe dives. Throw to first. Got him. What a play by Dick McAuliffe. And here's Dick Dietz with the Giants. This is his third All-Star game. He is 1 for 3 in All-Star competition. High, ball 1. That's outside, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 2. Outside, ball 3. Ball 4. Here comes Earl Weaver, and they are making a pitching change. The new pitcher will be Sonny Siebert from the Boston Red Sox. This is Siebert's second All-Star Game appearance. He started the 1966 All-Star Game for the American League when he was a member of the Cleveland Indians. That year he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, walked 2, and struck out 1. Here's Jim Wynn. He is 0 for 1 today. Wynn hits a fly ball down the left field line. Horton's after it, but it's foul. Fouls it back. Strike 2. Ball 1. Fouls it back. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 called. But the National League gets 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 1 after 7. It is the National League 5 and the American League 4. Now pitching for the National League is Larry Dierker from the Houston Astros. Making his first All-Star Game appearance. Larry Dierker is 24 years old, and he has been pitching in the big league since he was a teenager. All right, we got 2 innings to go. Taking a look on the bench for the American League, they have Jim Fregosi, Thurman Munson, and Cesar Tovar. I got a feeling that Cesar Tovar might most likely will see action as a pinch runner. And the National League on their bench, they have Bob Robertson and Ron Santo. But in the top of the 8th, it will be Tommy Harper, Carl Yastrzemski, and Frank Robinson. Harper's 0 for 1. He Fly it out to deep left center. First pitch. He checked his swing. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Harper's a guy the American League really want to see him get on base because he can move on the base paths. Ball two. Ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. That hit the corner. Strike two. It's a base hit in the left field. Billy Williams throws it back in. The American League have the tying run on first, and here's Carl Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 2. Fly to deep right center, and he grounded into a double play. He represents the go-ahead run. He fouls it back. Strike one. Here's the pitch. There goes Harper. Dietz to throw to second. And Harper is in by a mile. They had no chance to get him. The American League has a tying run in scoring position. There's a pickoff throw to second, but Harper's back safe. Durker had that worked out with his teammate Joe Morgan. Ball two. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball three. Fly ball down the right field line. Rose after it, but it makes the seats. Ball four. Walter Alston has seen enough. He is bringing in Fergie Jenkins of the Chicago Cubs. Jenkins leads the Major League in wins right now with 16. He is having an excellent season for DeRocher on the Cubs. Jenkins appeared in last year's All-Star game. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 runs. He got hit kind of hard, so he's looking for a little bit of payback to the American League. And here's Frank Robinson. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the 7th. Robinson hits fly ball to left field. Billy Williams going back on the warning track. He's got it. And Harper will stay at second. Here's Reggie Smith, who's 0 for 2. He had a pair of deep flyouts and walked. Mickey and Perez are on the lines. One out. Swing and a miss, strike one. Ball one. Swing and a miss, strike two. It's a fly ball to right. Rose coming in. Got it. And the runners will have to hold. And here's Ray Fosse, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th during the American League's rally last inning. Strike one called. Fossey's a grounder to second. Morgan's up with it. Tosses to first, and the National League escapes that American League rally. No runs, one hit, no errors, two left. We go to the bottom of the seventh. The National League 5, the American League 4. For the American League, it will be, for the National League, it will be Menke, Harrelson, and the pitcher's spot. Menke's 1-for-1. He singled in the sixth. That hit the corner, strike one. Ball one. Ball two. Missed that one inside. Ball three. 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike two called. Menke gets a base hit up the middle. Smith tosses it back in. Here's Bud Harrelson, who's 1-for-3. Grounded into a double play, singled, and struck out. Harper's playing in for the bunt. It's base hit into right field. Frank Robinson's up with it. McAuliffe let that ball get by him. At this time in the American League, I don't think any of the American League teams are playing on artificial turf. I know before this stadium opened, the Astros and the Cardinals are playing on artificial turf, and the Giants now. Or the only artificial turf in the American League, I think, is the infield at Comiskey Park. Pinch hitting for the National League is Bob Robertson of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And here comes Weaver, and he's making a change. He's bringing one of his own guys in, Tom Phoebus. Coming in a pitch. This is Phoebus's first All-Star Game appearance. Here's Robertson. They're playing him the pull. It's a line drive into left field, right at Willie Horton. Horton with a quick throw to second. He caught Menke off base. And that's a double play. Let's watch that again. He's got it. Menke is dead on the base paths. here's Pete Rose. Pete is 0 for 4 today with 4 groundouts, including grounding into a double play. You know, with Bench and Perez getting big hits in front of the hometown crowd, Pete Rose is wanting to do the same thing. Inside, ball 1. Throw to first, not in time. Checked his swing, but that hit the corner. Strike 1. Another throw to first. It's a base hit in a center field. Smith up with it. Harrelson rounds third. He'll score. And that makes it 6 to 4. All right, for the time being, I'm going to play the National League also. Here's Joe Morgan. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the 7th. Ball 1. Strike 1 called. Strike 2. Hits a fly ball into left field. Horton's there, and he's got it. They got 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. The National League 6, the American League 4. And for the National League, Bob Robertson remains in the game at first base. And coming in the pitch is Cincinnati's rookie phenom, Wayne Simpson. On the bench in the top of the 9th, the American League has Jim Fregosi, Thurman Munson, and Cesar Tovar. And Dick McAuliffe leads off. This is his first at bat in the game. This is his 3rd All-Star game appearance. He is looking for his first All-Star game hit. Ball 1 inside. Strike 1 on the corner. Ball 2. Down the left field line. Fouls it back. Count remains 2-2. Fouls it back. Ball 3. Ball 4. And McAuliffe takes first. Here's Willie Horton, his teammate on the Tigers. Horton's 0 for 1. He grounded into a force play in the 7th. Scored Ray Fosse. That's high, ball 1. Strike 1. Hits a bouncer in second. Morgan to Harrelson to first. Double play. 4-6-3 double play. And the American League is down to its final out. Here's Louis Aparicio, who's 1 for 4. He doubled in the third and drove in the American League's first run. Low, ball 1. Low and outside, ball 2. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hits a liner into center field, win. Makes the dive, he's got it, and the game is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And our final score is the National League 6, the American League 4. Bob Gibson gets the win. Clyde Wright takes the loss. Wayne Simpson gets a save. The news from out of the clubhouse is that Boog Powell will be out for approximately 1 week. What a game. As an adult, I've never really cared much about the All-Star game because, I don't know, they seem like blowout. They try to get everybody in, which there's been years where I've done that, where a game went in extra innings and I'm like out of players and have to use pitchers as pinch hitters. But when I was a kid, even though the National League dominated, they seemed like they were a little more exciting then. And this game, it was all Cincinnati. In the second inning, or I'm sorry, the fourth inning, the American League leads 1-0, and Johnny Bench hit a 2-run homer to put the National League up 2-1. Then in the top of the eighth, top of the seventh, the American League rallies for 3 runs, started by Frank Robinson, former Cincinnati Red. And at the bottom of the seventh, the National League is down 4-2. And then with 2 men on, Tony Perez hits a 3-run homer. Puts the National League up 5-4. And then in the eighth, with Bud Harrelson on first, Pete Rose doubled, scoring Harrelson for an insurance run, putting the National League up 6-4. And then coming into the ninth and getting the save from Cincinnati, Wayne Simpson. It has just been announced that the MVP of the All-Star game is Tony Perez. Perez went 2 for 4 with 3 home runs. The 3 home runs coming off his home run off Clyde Wright in the 7th inning. Time of the game was 2 hours and 52 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. This was an excellent All-Star game. It was one of them that went right until the last minute, or the last at bat, I should say. So I hope you enjoyed the game, and thank you very much for watching.